Okay, let's see what else we got in here. Dogs. Joy. Well, time to see another dog game. At least this one won't be dressing them up. And just to clarify that, one of the, not really too long ago, but one of the previous ones that we went through was Dogz Fashion, in which it was basically, the point was just to, get the dogs and, you know, raise them up and put them in costumes and such sort. But yeah, basically all of these dogs and cats and other animals with a Z are, they're their own separate sort of game series in Japan, where they're not strangely altered to be, like, you know, late 90s, early 2000s extreme with the edgy and random Z's and such. But, yeah. They're just normal animal-raising games over in Japan, which does explain all the anime cutesiness that we see in these. Oops. Okay. Sure. Something relaxed. No, doesn't matter. Doesn't make all that much difference with the pet I'm going to purchase. Yeah, I guess large. Sure. Although I would say a lot of other characteristics matter a lot more than those. So yeah, it's basically looking exactly the same as that Dogz Fashion game that we saw. And of course, there are going to be so many more of these in English, and then so many more of these in Japanese. And they're all going to be the exact same, of this sort of cutesy anime family. Sometimes top-down perspective, sometimes isometric like this. Just, getting a baby animal of insert type based on the game here. And then, you know, just your average animal raising stuff. And it would seem that a lot of these do not even remotely match the characteristics that we input. So let's just take a look at each of them. And no. And now I'll be using save states, because that's really annoying and lengthy. Okay, Schnauzer and Yorkie and Dachshund, all of which are very small dogs, so good job, game. Okay, Dalmatian, that's at least decently what I would consider a larger dog. And Shih Tzu and, oh, mixed breed. Okay. Sure. None of these are exactly the type of dog that I would actually adopt, but, probably this is the closest to one that I would actually be interested in having. So I've never seen any kind of pet shop where, you know, like, in playing with the dog to get to know them, they sit them on a table. This confused the poor thing. Like, I've seen plenty where, you know, they have little booths where you can just... There's a little bench and a little area that you can play with the dogs, but the table, not so much. And yeah, what should we name this dog, anyway? Yeah, we'll just go with Doge. Barklon would not have fit, only 6 letters available. And it is pretty close to the kind of breed that the Doge is. I've never seen one with such a short time limit. You know, usually these things, you know, you raise the animal for a couple of years. And right off the bat I confused it. Ah, thank God this is not a DS game where I would actually have to call out to it. Alright, so yeah, there's the dog bed. There's the litter box, because apparently that's a thing for Japanese people who own dogs. Wow, apparently it takes 6 minutes, or no, 4 minutes. I can math. Yeah, between 3 and 4 minutes, or 3 and 5 minutes, to go from one room to another. And yeah, I think at this point we can say we're about done here. This is still no Nintendogs, really. Interesting. Although this is surprisingly, detailed. Like, more detailed than I would have expected a game in this franchise to be, but I guess then again it is more of a Japanese franchise with our random dogs with a Z plastered on top of it, because that's what they were going for at the time. But, yeah. Not really much else to say other than we've seen this thing a dozen times before, we're gonna see it 10 dozen times more. So yeah. Not really something I would recommend for any of these. There are still better, you know, pet-raising simulators out there than, you know, things in this series. And, yeah. We'll see more of these as we raise more puppies and kittens and hamsters and rabbits and... I can't even remember what the others are off the top of my head, but I know there are others in this series, so yeah. Yeah, we're about done here, and I really would not recommend these. Well, let's go ahead and just see what else we can dig out today. Gonta no Okiraku Daibouken. Not a clue in the world what this one might be. I will assume maybe something anime-based? Let's go find out. Oh, puppies! Okay. Let's see. Look at something. What are we looking at? Things we don't have yet. Okay. Let me double check on the, no, never mind. Alright, so... I guess we have a dog adventure. So we have Gonta on the right there is the father, Gonta Mama on the left there is the mother, and then they have child Gonta, or puppy Gonta. And it's a top-down RPG. Wasn't really expecting that, but okay. Now we're getting directions and instructions, and I think we got an item there. Let's see. Yeah, that's that same thing. Let's look at our item list. Oh, maybe we didn't just get an item. Unless this is... Yeah, I don't think that is. Okay, and, yeah. Now, normally with this style of game, I would say let's go until we find our first random battle, but given that this is Dogz, was that a dog in a... We're going back for just a second. I mean, I don't expect it to show it. That really looks like a dog in a suit or something. The funny hat on. Well, he says a lot, whatever it was he said. But, yeah, I just am not expecting any random battles in this particular game. Cannot get out that way yet. Near as I can tell, in this particular world, the humans and the dogs can communicate, and that appears to be the norm. Oh, and cats as well. Okay. Out of the way. Ah, shoot. Okay, so we have a one-room schoolhouse. Would be nice if we had a run button at least. You know, given that I'm a dog, I should be able to go pretty fast, I would imagine. Yeah, big old dog picture in the pavement. What? A dog pachinko corner. Wow. How do I adjust it then? Totally uncertain, but we really did not play this game to play pachinko, so enough of that. Let's just start turboing around. Somewhat carefully, because we're gonna end up in a lot of places we've already been doing that. Oh. Or we're already basically stuck because we've gone in most of the places that are available to us starting out. We haven't talked to all of the people and or dogs and or cats. But, yeah. Okay. That triggered a thing. I don't know what that thing was, though. Anyways, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say this has been Gonta no Okiraku Daibouken. The adventures of Gonta, this particular dog, in the world of dogs and people living in harmony and having a fine chat and making television shows together. You know, and we could just go into every single place and talk to every single entity, creature, whatever you want to say. But even if we did manage to open up the next area or unlock the next bit of plot, still wouldn't be able to understand it, and still wouldn't have a clue what to do next. So, yeah, obviously I'm not going to recommend this to anyone who doesn't speak Japanese, and even for the folks that do speak Japanese, I really don't think I'm going to go ahead and recommend this. It seems like there are a lot of other games in Japanese which would be far more interesting to spend your time on, so again, maybe this is based on an anime, or a book, or a TV show, or something of that nature, but if so, maybe some fan of that would enjoy this, but outside of that very, very, very niche market, that's probably about it. So yeah, we are totally done here.